Hello, and welcome to another edition of Mr. Berkowitz, I Hate Your Voice. The Soviet Union emerged from World War II as a superpower with control over many Eastern European countries. For many people, the country's superpower status brought few rewards. Consumer goods were inferior, and workers were poorly paid. Because workers had lifetime job security, there was little incentive to produce high-quality goods. Still, there were some important technological successes. One example was Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. Keeping up with the United States in an arm race also strained the economy. Then, in 1979, Soviet forces invaded Afghanistan and became involved in a long war. The Soviets had few successes battling the Mujahideen, or Muslim religious warriors, creating a crisis in morale in the USSR. Then, new Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev urged reforms. He called for glasnost. He ended censorship and encouraged people to discuss the country's problems. Gorbachev also called for perestroika, or restructuring of the government and economy. His policies, however, fed unrest across the Soviet Empire. Eastern Europeans demanded an end to Soviet rule. Previous attempts to defy the Soviets had failed. When Hungarians and Czechs challenged the communist rulers, military force subdued them. By the end of the 1980s, a powerful democracy movement was sweeping the region. In Poland, Lech Walesa led Solidarity, an independent, unlawful labor union demanding economic and political changes. When Gorbachev declared he would not interfere in Eastern European reforms, Solidarity was legalized. A year later, Walesa was elected president of Poland. Meanwhile, East German leaders resisted reform, and thousands of East Germans fled to the West. In Czechoslovakia, Václav Havel, a dissident writer, was elected president. One by one, communist governments fell. Most changes happened peacefully, but Romanian dictator Nicolae Ceausescu refused to step down and he was executed. The Baltic states regained independence. By the end of 1991, the remaining Soviet republics had all formed independent nations. The Soviet Union ceased to exist after 69 years of communist rule. In 1992, Czechoslovakia was divided into Slovakia and the Czech Republic. Additionally, some communist governments in Asia, such as China, instituted economic reforms.